Hello everyone, let me introduce you to Anna. As you can see, she has both primary, such as verbal comprehension or associative memory, and secondary mental abilities such as reading or mathematical skills. Their secondary abilities are cognitive skills that must be taught and are built on the primary skills. Primary skills, on the other hand, are so-called evolutionary skills. So, children tend to be motivated on different aspects of both social and physical world around them, and this has been proved to be valuable to our forebears, something that has helped them to predict or control crucial parts of their environments. But nowadays we live in environments totally different from our ancestors, and naturally children must learn things that could not have been understood by our ancestors, and this makes schools and schooling necessary. For example, let's compare reading and the ability to communicate with others verbally. We have natural urge to learn to speak, but according to Geary, only few children learn to read spontaneously, and it requires both external pressure and practice. So basically, children learn to read because parents and teachers make them. As you may remember, secondary abilities are built on the primary abilities, and so it is with this case. Reading and writing are built on the ability to speak a certain language. For most animals, educating offspring is informal. This means that education requires demonstration, observation, and participation of more skilled partners. But as a species, we humans do not have to start from square one, as we begin our educational journey from the knowledge of previous generations. This allows the rapid expansion of information over time. So, as we have evolved as a species, new skills are required, and the formal education in schools have become inevitable. How else would we learn the technological skills of reading, writing, or arithmetic?
I tell you something about reading skills based on David Bjorklund's book Children Thinking, Cognitive Development and Individual Learning Differences. In chapter 11, Bjorklund goes through matters such as development of reading skills, emergent literacy, and cognitive development and reading. Next, I will tell you about these topics shortly in the following slides. Reading is maybe the most important technological skill in post-industrial cultures. One topic in the discussion of reading skills has been the differences between genders. In Finland, for example, professionals have been especially worried about boys' reading skills compared to girls. Bjorklund states that it is a global problem. Reason for the difference has been proposed to be either genes and biology or mainly the product of culture and learning. Like many other things, children become better readers the more they read. This simple fact explains why the difference in skills keep on growing as the school goes on. For teachers, this sets up a big challenge: how to motivate and inspire weak readers to the wonders of book and reading. Learning to read takes time and it develops in phases. Bjorklund presents Charles' model with 5 stages in the development of proficient reading. Starting from the stage 0, where children must master the pre-reading skills, to the stage 4, where technical reading and learn by reading has developed to advanced level. Bjorklund speaks also about emergent literacy. Emergent literacy means early reading and writing development before conventional forms of reading and writing. Even though many children learn to read in the school, interest towards reading starts already from home. If parents show example and interest towards reading, it has a big effect on what kind of readers their child becomes to. Learning to read demands many cognitive skills. From these, phonemic awareness predicts good reading in the later years. In school, children learn more on phonological recording skills. Also, working memory plays important role in the process of learning to read. Functional problems in working memory might cause difficulties in learning to read. Reading instruction can be taught of either a bottom-up process or a top-down process. However, Bjorklund reminds that many researchers have shown the importance of bottom-up processing in learning to read. Phonological skills are the best predictors of reading ability and does not develop spontaneously. Practicing these skills is very important, especially for the children who have reading disabilities. Reading disability or dyslexia is understood when children have difficulty in learning to read despite an average intelligence. Problem may include difficulties, for example, spelling words, reading quickly, pronouncing words when reading aloud, or understanding what one reads.
Most mathematical abilities are learned at school, although children develop a basic sense of number and mathematical relations without formal instruction. These basic cognitive abilities, for example numericity, ordinality, and counting, are universal. They are learned at the same time and same way. Secondary abilities are based on primary abilities and are learned later at school. According to Piaget, children's knowledge of the concept of the number can be seen in conservation. First, children can't count same amount jelly beans from the class. In second level, children can count right, but when beans are put in two rows and the length of the other row has changed, they think that also amount of the beans have changed. When children are 7 to 8 years, they pass these kind of tasks. Here are principles by Gell-Mann and Callister who investigated children's early counting. The 1-1 principle means that there is one and only number name. The stable order principle means that numbers are in stable order. The cardinal principle means that the final number shows how many. The abstraction principle means that you can count physical or non-physical things. The order irrelevant means that the order you count is irrelevant. First three are how to count. Children develop them quite early, about 3-4 years old, but they are dealing with small quantities. Priors and Siegel found that even 11 years old thought that the order they count is relevant, for example left to right. When children can basic arithmetic like addition and subtraction, even preschool children are able to handle simple problems. Children use strategies. First they use fingers or other objects to count. During early school years they start to count in their heads. How much is 3 plus 2? Sum strategy. Counting out loud, often using fingers. Min strategy. Minimum number of counts. Max strategy. Counting from smaller at end. Decomposition. Change the problem to simpler problems. Fact retrieval. The knowledge of simple arithmetic problems are saved in long-term memory. process is more automatic from procedural to retrieval-based technique. When arithmetic problems become more complex, children use again earlier techniques. Which strategy children use? You can conclude it from how quickly they count or solve their problem. At any age of children use a variety of strategies. Children with math disability have poor procedural skills. They can't use arithmetic strategies like other children do. They also have poor knowledge of the rules of counting. Also, they have problems to get facts from long-term memory. One reason can be that working memory capacity is smaller or the memory representations disappear more quickly in working memory. They count slow, for example.